Hi, Nicole.
Hey, Rista.
How are you?
I'm well. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, thank you for taking this interview. So I just want to jump straight into solos. You did a fantastic job as always. I think that you have quickly become one of my favorite actresses, to be honest. Does that make you nervous when you hear people say that?
I mean, of course you want people to love what you're doing. It's a service. I love doing it. So you just hope that people respond to it. So thank you. I mean, it's an exchange, right? Like, the audience is a big part of this.
Yeah,
So thank you. Mhm.
definitely, definitely. This show was all about just advances to technology and what the future could look like. At least that's what I took from it. What is one thing, one future advancement that you would like to see, no matter how fanciful it may be?
That's so good. I love the environment. I love nature. I think that we should be able to all have like electricity, Wi-Fi, etc. Resources just from the abundance of solar and water and all. It shouldn't be expensive to exist because nature can do it. So, yeah, and it's
That's,
not that fanciful, actually.
that's true, though. It's very true. We're in 2021.
I know. So, sort of like my answer, people are gonna be like snore, but that's what I want. Yeah.
I like it. The scene where the police showed up,
Mhm.
that was very interesting to me. And I wanted to get your take on it just as a Black woman. Um, I can tell you how I perceived it, but how did you perceive it? Especially when she said, no, we're good. To me, I thought it was just like, we always want to protect our own, even if it is to the detriment of ourselves. What did you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, I think your take on it is beautiful. That's a part of the intention. I definitely think she, I don't want to say changes her mind, but discovers that the thing that has gone awry, the thing that has developed in a way that she hadn't planned, is worth saving, is beautiful, has its merits, especially when sort of a source of danger or authority is looming. I don't know. I don't like to, like, people have so many questions. I don't like to, especially with something that's as open-ended as this. I don't like to like preach too much about it. You know what I mean? I kind of like for the work to give you the vibes. And you take of it what you will. But yeah, there's definitely a conversation that we're having there. And I think that your take on it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm being told to wrap. So thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I appreciate you taking this interview, and best of luck to you just for the
Yeah.
future.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Care.
Thank you. Bye. All right, Dan. So was this your first project since COVID?
It was one of them. I was lucky enough to shoot a movie in Germany over the summer, but it was my first thing shot here in LA during COVID. Yeah.
When I thought about solos, I wonder if, they're doing this because of COVID and just to kind of like minimize the cast and I'm sure like the production crew, but I wasn't for sure. So I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the exact origins, but it very much felt like a pandemic project in a way that that it was born out of the limitations of being able to shoot during this time, and also just the themes of it as well. The big questions coming out of everybody's heads, I think, during lockdown, and this extraordinary time we've lived through, and just sort of reading David's writing and just seeing the way that he ran with those themes and gave each of these characters one of these big questions that we've had kind of knocking around this year.
Right. This show it was about like, technological advances and, if there were like a future world out there and how, much technology would advance. What would you like to see for the future, no matter how fanciful it might be? What is some of your thoughts?
That's a good question. I mean, I think a lot of us have been very reliant on technology this year just to connect, and it's been able, it's meant that we've been able to be with our loved ones all over the world, to talk to journalists all over the world, kind of more or less keep going. I don't know, in terms of technology, I sort of wish I could be less reliant on it, I think. But I'm always fascinated by the question of, how much different technologies are sort of evolving our behaviors and that kind of thing. It's something that's always fascinated me.
Yeah. So there was a scene where he was, the theft, I don't want to give it all away, but the theft of the memories, said, well, let me just keep one memory. And I thought that was so interesting because, it made me think, well, if my memories were snatched from me, I wonder what memory would I keep? And I really thought about this last night. So I want to ask you the same question. I mean, and you don't have to get too personal with me, of course, but what is one memory that really stands out that you would want to keep if somebody were to steal your memories?
That's a great question. I mean, I'm sure it would be something involving my kids. And each time I have another kid, it probably it probably changes. Something involving all three of the kids at once.
Okay.
A giant group hug or something.
I love that. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Dan. I appreciate you speaking to me. I think I'm getting cues to wrap. So thank you again.
Thank you very much.
All right. Take care.